Just going on guys, just a quick video today. Been waiting a long time to do this video, but finally get it done. Been quite busy. But yeah, it's on a classic one. I've had this since I was a kid really. Not this specific one, they still make these luckily. But it's a nostalgic video to say the least. Still in the same type of packaging too. It's the HFC132. You can get these other ones. These other ones are harder to get though. Box is probably one of the best boxes you can get for an airsoft gun. In storage you got a bit damage, but yeah, it does look the coolest. It's even got the original style instruction manual, exactly the same as how it was when I had it. I don't know if you guys want to see that page by page, but it's got all the diagrams on how to use it in different languages as well. It's quite handy if you don't know how to use a revolver, but if you know how to use a revolver you're alright. So I've got a spare set of shells with it. You always have to with these guns. They're only a tenner extra. Made of high quality brass, they're quite cool. Got to get them. Get a packet of BBs in here, I don't know if I've used them yet. Yeah, I think I have. They're pretty good BBs. So I think they were light ones as well, like 0.12 gram, which is what you need for this. And the reason why you need 0.12 is because you use 144A gas with this gun. I don't recommend using green gas. I've brought it alongside because they're both nearly empty, so I'll use this for backup, but I probably won't use it. These use a very weak bladder system in here. I think they're rubber. I've never actually opened the grip and had a look, but that's how you do it. You just open these grips. But yeah, I think it has a rubber bladder inside here that's very weak, and they do burst quite easily if you use green gas. You can use red gas in these too. They're really cool red gas, but they do break straight away, so it's one of those things. They are cheap enough to get. They're about 60 quid now. They used to be about 30. Online they used to be about 30. They're about 60 quid. They've always been about 60 quid in like gift shops and stuff like that. But yeah, this is the blue version. It's just like how it was when I was a kid. It's got that sort of shiny look to it, which I really like. But yeah, so it uses the shells. I think these ones aren't loaded. It uses these extra ones here. So yeah, it's double action, single action. You can eject your shells. People always wonder what is metal and what is plastic on this, and I can tell you for sure that it's the trigger. This outer barrel is metal. Sometimes they are plastic. This one's metal. The rod here is plastic, and I think the actual arm itself is metal. This rod is metal as well. And this arm is metal. This cylinder is plastic, and then the blue is all plastic. The sights are plastic. Hammer's metal. And then there's metal weights in here as well that you can hear rattling. They're really annoying. It's one of the most annoying things about it, but it's got a nice weight to this gun. It's good for airsofting. You've got that nice single action, and then you've got a double action. You've got to make sure to give it a decent tug each time you pull it. Don't pull it slowly like this, like that, because you can tend to jam the cylinder up. It's not doing it on this one. It's actually rotating. There you go. It gets kind of stuck. And you can have misfires or where the BB won't fire properly, so you've got to make sure you give it a nice decent tug each time, even on single action. And when you thumb it back, you've got to thumb it back with authority as well, because if you thumb it back slightly, you can also mess the timing up on that too, as you can see. So I can do it pretty much every time. As you can see, yeah, you can mess the timing up every time on that, so you've got to do that, and then that way it will rotate every time, as you can see, properly. So a lot of people have problems with this gun, and that's why. You've got to make sure you thumb it back quite aggressively. Same thing with firing it too, you've got to pull it aggressively. Once you've thumbed it back, you don't need to pull it aggressively. You can pull it nice and slow, but it's just that initial first tug, you've got to pull it back quite aggressively. The writing on here, it says made in Taiwan. To put the gas in, you've got to put it in at sort of like an angle, like that. Let's see if we get some gas fire. Not very loud. The chrono disc is about 280 FPS or 250 with low gas, 250 or to 280 with green gas. But like I said, you will break the gun doing it like that. To load it quickly, I'm just doing it like this, just to show you guys a quick way of loading it. If you want to use this in an airsoft war, you don't want to take the shells out. If your cylinder pops out like this, which it does to mine all the time, it's because you just got to push it back in. It's because there is a notch that's supposed to catch it, and you can actually pull it out of that quite easily. That's the only problem with this model. So sometimes when you use the rod, you will rod the whole cylinder back. So you've got to give it a nice push with the palm of your hand. Use the palm of your hand because it will go straight back. But then you've got these shells which are really cool. The BB's stay in there really nicely. And then I'm just going to shoot the box just to show you. It won't actually go through it. I am wearing safety goggles, by the way, so make sure you are as well. As you can see, these are ricocheting. You can hear them. Wow, that was a nice ricochet. And there you go, that's the last round. Very nice gun, one of my first revolvers. You can do all the tricks with it, like going like that. I wouldn't recommend doing that with a Dan Wesson or any of the fancy guns. I've probably done that with my Dan Wesson about 4 times out of the 8 years I've owned it. And that was just to prove a point that if you do it like that, if you do it very smoothly, you can do it without breaking the gun. You've just got to do it nice. But I wouldn't recommend doing it when you get it stuck like that. You can damage the gun. But you can do it with this one alright because it's all plastic. It's got a nice metal bead here that goes in straight away. So it's one of these guns that you can mess around with, and you don't have to worry that if you do break it eventually, you can just get another one. It's that cheap. They used to be. I wouldn't say so much now. The prices are hiking up on BB guns. There probably are more now after I've said that. They're probably more than 60 quid nowadays. But I do recommend these. These are fun. You can get different barrel sizes, but I think this is a 4.5 inch barrel. It's like the standard size of a revolver type of thing, like a sheriff would have. It's got a nice weight to it, and like I say, you can buy extra shells so you can do all the reloads if you want, which I have done with this, but I wasn't really going to show you in the video just because it takes such a long time. But you can dump the shells out like that. Makes the cylinder very light. Easy to do quick reloads when there's no shells in there. So yeah, definitely something to worth picking up. You can, if you're good at modifying and 3D printing, you could probably 3D print a barrel and a cylinder to fire Nerf bullets or something like that, or maybe even 50 cal rounds. But yeah,